game in hand that Nigeria have on the group leader South Africa. 9 points to make up. If they can't get first spot, they have to get second to get a playoff place. That was a foul on Yeka. The referee might hold things up, and that will annoy the home support again. It's Bonia Mugisha who is down at the moment. No big names in this Rwanda lineup. You can't point to one star player. It's a team effort that has got them this far. Mugisha, a few of the players, has played in countries like Libya and Tunisia. And they know they have to work hard to try and get the top two finish in this group. 3 of their last 4, including this one, away from home. Although Zimbabwe are playing all of their home qualifiers on neutral ground due to compliance issues with stadiums in their own country. There's Osimhen. Doesn't look too worried, but obviously didn't feel he was fit to continue again. You see the keeper down.
Again, it just breaks the rhythm of the game. It's probably Murray using his experience here just to break the flow of the game as we approach half-time. He's still having a problem with that shoulder. That was the issue earlier on as well. So it is a genuine injury. I think this isn't game playing necessarily, but at the same time, the stoppage suits Rwanda more than it does Nigeria.
Well, we have seen it more and more in the professional game. If the keeper goes down, you have to stop it. So
I don't know what they can do about that.
It works both ways, though. It's a stoppage for Rwanda, but it's also a chance for Shell to make some tweaks.
Likewise for Amrouche to have a word with his troops too. Rwanda, 24 coaches in the last 3 decades. How long will Adel Amrouche last over?
He's doing pretty well.
He is.
But in terms of population, in terms of world rankings, Nigeria over 230 million. Rwanda closer to 15 million. Nigeria world number 44, Rwanda 127. It's a game that every Super Eagles fan will be expecting to win.
And that was reflected in the pre-match odds as well. You know, they are on paper a much stronger side than Rwanda, but the one thing Rwanda have going in their favour is a very, very tight defence, and we've seen examples of that in this first half. They've defended very well, a few really good blocks when runners look dangerous. They've headed everything away from the free kicks and corner kicks that have come in. They obviously Osimhen had the ball in the net offside, but so far so good as far as Rwanda are concerned.
And that's the difference as well when you look at the last meeting of the sides. Osimhen with a goal disallowed after 8 minutes today. He got the opener after 11 in Kigali in March, and he got another at a crucial stage, first half stoppage time in the 2-0 success. There's another visiting player is down, is Mugisha. But if you're the home team, if you're the favourite, if you're such a big team like Nigeria, you have to cope with this. And that's what Eric Schell said as well in the pre-game press conference. He says the state of mind of my players is the most important thing.
Very interesting to see how they come out in the second half, because they have dominated this game territorially. They've had a few half chances. You know, Iwobi's shot from distance tipped over the crossbar. A couple of efforts from Lukman just off target. But really they haven't troubled the Rwandan goalkeeper Mwari enough in the first 45 minutes, you'd argue, from a Super Eagles perspective. They have the players to do it.
Iwobi is one of them. That was his dipping effort, and sometimes a shot like that can get a team going as well.
Decent effort, but you'd expect the goalkeeper to make that save.
His uncle was pretty good, JJ Okocha. Could do with him in the Nigeria midfield today. Olympic gold medalist in a couple of World Cups, former captain of the Super Eagles.
Iconic player.
African champion. So 5 minutes of stoppage time. That's good news for Nigeria, because I'd imagine with all the stoppages, Rwanda are eyeing the clock. A draw away from home in this game. Not a bad result at all for Rwanda. Reminder, there is a one-up feature on Sporty Bet if your team goes up. Reminder, there is a one-up feature on Sporty Bet. If your team goes up by 1 goal at any point during the game, you win, regardless of the final result. There's the Sporty Jet mini game on Sporty Bet as well. Chance to win big in that one, but to bet responsibly and betting only for over 18s. Our keeper's come a long way and took out one of his own men. But Thierry Manzi, the player who was hit by his keeper, slapped him on the back afterwards. It was a good decision from Mwari.
Decisive goalkeeping by the Kaiser Chiefs netminder. I see a yellow card here for something. I'm not quite sure what the offence was there.
The initial offence was Iwobi with a bit of a lazy pullback. Then it was Ombarenga who caught the attention of the referee. It is a Rwanda free kick though. And the visitors attacking down the left and Chuti waiting in the middle. Now, free kick for Rwanda. Right on the corner of the Nigeria penalty area. This is the kind of thing that the visiting side would have been waiting for.
You mentioned the 2-1 win for Rwanda back in November in the AFCON, and Jinzi scored in that game. He will be a threat here.
It's Mugisha who kind of bought the free kick there from Dessers. Amon. It's the left-footed player lining up the set piece again. The captain Bizimana is there too. Left to Bizimana. And that's too close to the keeper. A wasted chance for Rwanda, but a chance for Nigeria to break at speed here. And they've got the counter-attack going. Iwobi pulled back there, surely. The referee had the whistle in his lips. Advantage played. Roby's ball towards Dessers at the back post, picked off by Nwari.
Liam Magali with that little pull back, and maybe if the free kick had been awarded, he might have picked up a yellow card for that. It was a fairly obvious intentional pull. But referee played the advantage, none accrued.
Indeed. It's Moses Simon. And two players sticking tight to him. Onyemechi with a cross. And then the volley. Well, wide of goal in the end. Worth a go from that kind of distance. Would have been spectacular from Aina. What's lacking in this first half from Nigeria?
Composure in that sort of situation. I think they might have been better off to try and bring that down and keep, they've plenty of bodies in the box. And that final ball sometimes has been missing for Nigeria in this first half. When you have players with quality and Lukman.
Renga doing really well. He's a pretty good game at right back. Despite picking up that yellow card, Lookman left it for Simon. Simon doing well to win it again. And the Super Eagles strike late here. Moses Simon. There's that half yard. Not able to get it. There's
that final ball again, Mark. Very wasteful. Look how many players they have in the area.
And that'll be half-time. A frustrating half for Nigeria. They had that disallowed goal from Victor Osimhen early in the piece, and then even worse, they had Osimhen going off injured after 35 minutes. Apart from that, not too many chances for the home team. They'll have to improve, and they'll have to test that goalkeeper. Biakre Nwari, a lot more in the second period. It is a crucial 45 minutes to come for the Super Eagles. A quick huddle before they return to the dressing room. It is Nigeria 0, Rwanda 0 at half-time.
Your face, I smooshed your.
Sporty bet.
Wow, amazing.
Sir, these are the best. They are all special 1 level.
They don't look exactly like winners. But let's see. Name?
Ifanyo Bina from Lagos, sir.
The king of virtual games.
A virtual winner?
37 straight win, sir.
Impressive. You, skyscraper. What's the view from up there?
I see all the crash points, sir. That is why I'm the crash games expert.
Did a 1586 multiplier while parking the bus, sir.
Outstanding. Any sports expert?
Abena Ofori from Accra.
Yes, he's the #1 in Maltese.
Pathological optimist. I like it.
Yes, sir. Life is too short to settle for just one, sir.
Mister, you have a bonus pick.
Hey, you.
Yes, you.
You talking to me?
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Welcome to the team. I am Jose Mourinho.
And we are Football.com.
Elevate the banking experience with 10. It's time to invest in your future. it real. 10, the right equation for smart living. 10 is more than a number. It's the victory of financial peace of mind.
Sorry.
They cannot, so they cannot enter the slot.
I'm trained.
Millions of people invest in stocks and commodities, thousands make a living at it, and only hundreds achieve their
The Super Eagles of Nigeria in Uyo in training, getting ready for their World Cup qualifying matches against Rwanda and South Africa. But of course, the Rwanda game comes first. And the most important game is always the next game. You can see the players heading into training. Awaziem is back in the squad after a timeout. And Victor Osimhen has been locked in the entire camp. Victor Osimhen not talking to any media, not talking to anybody, just focused on the task ahead. We have other players like Moses Simon, Alex Iwobi, of course, always in the team. You see Wilfred Ndidi saying hi to a journalist, and all I know, always his usual bubbly self, recording the media and having a nice time while he's there. Tola Rikodare, off of his transfer to Wolverhampton Wanderers, of course, is in the squad. Samuel Chukwueze, also coming off of his move to Fulham. Eric Schell, the coach, of course, leads the side out. And for the first about 10 to 15 minutes of the training, the media has access to see the team, to see the coach, to see the boys just get into their groove. And of course, the Nigerian media always take advantage of this. You see, it's always a full house. Lots of people in the squad, lots of people in the training ground, just trying to get a glimpse of the Super Eagles stars. Eric Schell, always friendly with the media, doesn't like to be too distant and likes to give people the access that should be given. The players at this point just doing their stretches, getting ready for the training session. Of course, you can see they are all listening to their music, trying to lock in before they go through the grueling training sessions. One thing about Eric Schell's training sessions is that it is always high intensity. other than maybe the training session on the day before a game where you don't want to overwork the players always sweat a lot. They always work hard. And it is something that, you know, when you come out of an Eric Shell training session, you would know that you have worked hard. This is one of Eric Shell's assistant coaches setting up the pitch for the drills that the players are going to be doing. And of course, that is the NPFL coach and also an assistant coach of the team. And yes, the boys are at this point getting ready for their training session to begin. And Stanley Nwabali, off of an injury scare, of course, is most likely going to be the number one for the Super Eagles in this game. Cyril Dessers is also in the team for the first time for a competitive match after featuring in numerous international friendlies. Victor Osimhen on the ball, ready as always, talking to the skipper. Wilfred Ndidi, also vice captain of the team, or one of the captains of the team, also there on hand, getting ready for the training session to begin. As of this video, all the players are in camp. It is a full house. The boys are ready. Everyone is fit, and it is set to be an exciting time. The boys are motivated. They know the task that is at hand. They know that they need to deliver. They know that they need to do the job right. And we're expecting and believing that they are going to get it right. The fans are expectant. You know that the fans will air their opinions if they do not get the desired results. This is just showing you the Godswill Akpabio Stadium. You can see how beautiful it is. And that is where the game is going to be taking place. Of course, the training is on the annex pitch, just adjacent to the main bowl. Eric Shell giving his players some words, final instructions ahead of the training session. So yes, nothing to really report on. No new news, no worrying updates, nothing like that. A full house, a full team, everyone fit, everyone motivated, everyone excited. And we are looking forward to the game versus Rwanda on Saturday, September the 6th. I'll leave you guys now to enjoy the rest of the training session.
and Rwanda facing off in Group C. Still inseparable at the halfway point. 0-0. The half-time score. Nigeria largely on the front foot. They really need the 3 points here. Rwanda might just settle for a single point and hope they can pick up enough in the remaining 3 games to threaten the top 2 spots. Nigeria know they can't afford to drop any more points though, with higher expectations than their visitors for the afternoon.
So welcome back for the second half, a huge World Cup qualifier between Nigeria and Rwanda in Uyo, and it is Nigeria, the home side, in white, who get us started again. And they have made a change at the break. Frank Onyeka going off, Tolu Alakadare coming on, the man who has just sealed a move to Wolverhampton Wanderers from the Belgian side, Genk. He is a goal scorer, and Nigeria need goals right now. It is getting serious for the Super Eagles. If it wasn't before their World Cup chances, well, they are resting on this game. They need a victory. Con Murphy watching this one alongside me. Mark Rodden.
I think
really
it's a
good
positive
enough
change, Mark, from Eric Shell at the break. Eric Kodere is going to pose a real threat up front. And Onyeka a little anonymous in that first half, but now you have Dessers and Orokodere up front.
Well, the big news, of course, from the first half, apart from a disallowed goal for Victor Osimhen, was the fact that Victor Osimhen went off injured. Cyril Dessers coming in for him. So it's been a bad night so far for Nigeria. The keeper has spilled it. Well, he got lucky that Nwari there dropped it at the feet of Ademola Lookman. We haven't seen many mistakes from Rwanda. Very disciplined in defence. And the keeper as well has been pretty good in everything he's done. And that could have been the gift that Nigeria needed.
It's a big physical presence up front, Orokodere. Rwanda have defended so well in that first half. They've particularly aerially, everything that came into the box was cleared. Suddenly now they have the big number 10 to deal with. And it just asks a different question of the Rwanda defence in this second half.
Well, at the break, the odds on Sportybet: Nigeria to win 1.47, the draw 3.15, Rwanda to win 13.5. There's the one-up feature, which is very much live for both teams with the game scoreless. If your team goes up by 1 goal at any point during the game, you win, regardless of the final result. There's the SportyJet mini game on Sportybet as well, a chance to win big on that one too. To bet responsibly, and betting reserved for over 18s only. I hope you're enjoying the action on Sporty TV. The three remaining World Cup qualifiers for Nigeria after this: South Africa away, Lesotho away, and Benin at home. They are all live on Sporty TV as well. There's the YouTube channel. There's the linear channels. Sporty TV available via Smart Times, DTT channel 258, DTH channel 190, and the OTT Star Times ON in Nigeria.
Just saw a little example there a few moments ago of a high ball played in towards Arakadarian. He won the header on the edge of the area. It was the first time we'd seen a Super Eagles striker out-jump one of the defenders.
Well, that was a dangerous cross. It's come to Lookman here, the shot. It's bounced off one or two players, it looked like there. One win from 7. If this game finishes in a draw, not many teams qualify for a World Cup with that kind of record.
No, this is a must. This is a huge 45 minutes now for the Super Eagles. Really is a must-win match for Eric Shell's side. Going to throw everything at this, you feel. Just get the feeling that it's only a matter of time before they make the breakthrough here. I hope I'm not tempting fate.
Here's Iwobi. And it goes to Aina. Lookman for Iwobi again. Need to try and move this Rwanda defence around a bit more. Nigeria, of course, Africa Cup of Nations runners-up last time in the Côte d'Ivoire, losing 2-1. Against the hosts in February of last year. They'll be in Morocco for the latest edition in December. Tanzania, Tunisia and Uganda to come in the group stage. So this is better from Nigeria, and it's Aina, and it's in! Tolu has got the final touch. What a huge goal that is for the Super Eagles. And the crowd in Uyo go wild.
Well, I did say that I felt there was a breakthrough on the way, and the introduction of Tolu, just his physical presence up there, has made all the difference. Lovely little flick from him initially there.
The shot blocked as well. Aina had a go. And then the finish. From as close in as he can get.
Two players playing him onside. A unique finish from Tolu. Crucial breakthrough.
Rwanda were wondering about an offside because Tolu was behind the keeper. Well, there were a couple of defenders on the pitch at the time. It doesn't really matter because the goal's going to stand no matter what. Tolu Rakadare, the saviour for the Super Eagles, his first competitive goal for his country. The man from Lagos, 6'6". The man who got over 20 goals for Genk in the Belgian Pro League last season, joint top goal scorer in Belgium, won the Ebony Shoe Award as the best African player operating in the Belgian top flight. That kind of form got him a move to Wolves, and his goal has forced a change straight away from Rwanda. The right back Omborenga, who was booked in the first half, is being withdrawn. And in comes Gugea Quizera, the man born in the DRC, a man who spent a lot of his life in the United States, and he's still playing in the US with Rhode Island, and a spell in Canada with Montreal as well. So it would be a really special experience for him in particular if Rwanda managed to make it to the World Cup finals in the US, Canada and Mexico next year.
That's a positive change for Amrouche as well, bringing Quizera on, a player who can score a goal, who'll get forward on that left-hand side, replacing a defender. So it looks like Rwanda are going to have to chase the game a bit, and Quizera coming on will help them in that respect, but it may just leave gaps at the back that can be exploited by the Super Eagles as well. So it's opening up the game. I think we've an exciting second half ahead here now.
The live odds after the goal on Sportybet: Nigeria to win 1.05, the draw 9.25, Rwanda to win out at 75 now, and the one-up odds for Rwanda are 50. Bet responsibly, and only if you're over 18. Free kick for Nigeria. The crowd, well, the music is a little louder now. The fans a bit more energised in general, just like the players.
The band hitting the right notes up in the stands, and the Super Eagles hitting the right notes on the pitch in this second half as well. That change really, managers sometimes earn their wages by making brave choices, and bringing Tolu on there at half-time has paid dividends so far for Eric Schell. It's just such a big player for any defender to try and cope with,
There's Lookman. Aina had the chance to get his first goal for Nigeria. He might create one here. That's really good play. Cut back for Lookman, well read. Sporty News airing Monday to Friday at 1600 hours. Sporty show from Monday to Thursday at 1900 hours. Plenty to talk about as Dessers almost got a second. And the first half substitute will surely get more chances if Rwanda take a few more risks.
Second goal could be so crucial for Nigeria in terms of putting this game to bed. Rwanda only, although I was saying earlier on, they've only conceded 4 goals in the group so far. They've only scored 4 as well. So goals have been hard to come by for the Wasps, and if they were to go 2-0 down here, it'd be very hard to see them coming back from that. One, still have a chance.
Certainly do. They will have to go for it. Manzi, the diagonal is well judged. Nigeria defend well too, though. Moses Simon will enjoy a bit of extra space, often 2 men with him, but this time it's only Kavita, and it's Moses Simon who has a shot blocked. Dessers challenges, and Simon tries again. Tolu with a header down. Eventually, Nwari comes to claim.
That's exactly the area where Nigeria will hope to exploit in the absence now of Omborenga, who went off, substituted with Quizera coming on. It just gives that extra bit of space on the left-hand side for Nigeria as they attack, and nobody better than Moses Simon to exploit that space, as we saw there, creating the opportunity.
It's Claude's Gabu, who's down, one of several players playing with a local side. in Rwanda. He's with APR, and he's been really upset by that challenge from Tolu, but it gives you an idea of the difference he's made. The goal scorer. He's given a headache to Adel Amrouche, the Rwanda head coach. He's in the ear of the fourth official.
Tolu was at pains to apologise. It was a genuine attempt by him to get the ball. There was no intent there at all from the striker. It was just an accidental collision. And although Mugabu is making a fuss about it, and he does have a bloody nose, I don't think you can blame the Super Eagles number 10. Speaking of big men up the front,
a lot of people around the world would love to see the colour that the Nigerian fans bring to a World Cup. And a win here would put them in a better position. It would move them 2 points above Rwanda into third in the table, a point behind Benin, 6 behind South Africa.
And still with the home game against Benin to come to round off the group. That could be an important game, if not for outright first place in the table. Could be a crucial one to decide runners-up.
Remember to check out the Sporty TV app, available on whatever phone you've got. The only place to get all of the Sporty TV action on the go, including the English Premier League and the Liga matches too. Sporty Hero player of the match poll will be coming up soon enough. Long journey, to say the least, for Rwanda today. Close to 3,000 miles, or about 4,500 kilometres between Lagos and Kigali. About 80 hours by car if you fancy it, through Cameroon, Central African Republic and the Democratic Republic of Congo. Slightly shorter journey to get to this venue, 4,000 kilometres from Kigali to Uyo, in the southeast of Nigeria, close to the border with Cameroon.
Still blood coming out of that nose of Neo Mugabu. It's not fully dealt with though. Taking a long time.
We are back underway then. And it is Rwanda in possession. Group C World Cup qualifier in the African section. South Africa leading the way. Nigeria with lots of ground to make up after a very slow start, looking to do the double over Rwanda. The visitors hoping to qualify for the first ever World Cup finals. They've only made the Africa Cup of Nations once. Their main attackers like Nshuti into the game. Frederick putting out that attack, but an awkward moment there for Nobali, the goalkeeper.
Yeah, I don't think he appreciated that back pass from Frederick. Dealt with it all right in the end though.
Now it's Simon in space again. Racing into the area, Moses Simon, good save, there's Lookman, another great save from Inwari. Well, that could have been the clincher, instead it's a free kick for Rwanda. The captain, Bizimana, has hurt himself here. But Rwanda still in the game thanks to their goalkeeper, Beakre Nwari, the 25-year-old.
Great double save, although Lukman will be disappointed with his follow-up effort here. He really should have scored. This should be 2-0. He didn't catch it cleanly. Allowed the keeper make the save. But again, that space for Simon on the left-hand side.
Almost a nervous moment there. And half an appeal for a penalty from the Rwandan players. That's pretty hopeful. Appeal to the referee. Shell, the manager of Nigeria, formerly in charge of Mali, to the quarterfinals of the last Africa Cup of Nations. Is he the man to lead Nigeria to the World Cup again? This is first year in charge. Cup of Nations getting underway in Morocco on December 21st. First game for the Super Eagles on the 23rd. The World Cup is the focus right now. 3 points essential in this one.
If they do collect the 3 points, it sets up the game against South Africa so very well in midweek. What a crucial match that's going to be now.
Nigeria drawing 1-1 at home against South Africa in June of last year. Came from behind in that one. Thankful for an equaliser from Sayo Telibashiru of Lazio in Italy.
Could see another long throw from Maina here again. He's able to launch it an awful long way.
There you have it. Good target man there in Tolu now, but Rwanda slow to clear, and another good save. This time it was Ndidi who came close.
I've been so complimentary about Rwanda's defending all night, but that was comical defending. They almost paid the price. Again, the goalkeeper coming to the rescue, but the Super Eagles should be 2-0 ahead now.
And that was a foul on Bassi by Nchuti. The referee from Chad having to explain one or two decisions to a few different people out there. The tension is high. The stakes are very high.
Bassett just winded, I think, by that challenge. Didn't receive any treatment in the end, so he's able to stay on. Despite the fact that the physios paid a visit, they didn't actually apply any treatment to Calvin Bassey. There he is.
Wilfred Ndidi was 21 when Nigeria last went to the World Cup in 2018. And captain today in place of William Trostekong. He had the latest chance to make it 2-0.
I thought it was very interesting just before half-time as well when the whistle blew. Indeed, he had a long chat with his teammates before they went back inside, showing real captaincy.
He is one of the senior players in this squad now. Experienced a lot with Leicester City in England. Over 300 appearances for them. FA Cup winner. Promoted and relegated. And with the latest long throw. And that's nicely done. Rwanda pose a threat. Good ball in behind here. And Chuti waiting for the cross. It comes, and it's gobbled up by the keeper.
Problem for Rwanda there was Nchuti was the only player in the area to be found, and difficult, easily claimed by the keeper. No volley in the end. Good break nevertheless. Nigeria will be well aware as well, having been 1-0 up against Zimbabwe in their last home game, right until the death, until that 90th minute equaliser. They'll be well aware of how precarious a 1-0 lead can be.
They're going to finally get the first home win in the group. Chuti of Calvin Bassey. Iwobi mops up for Nigeria, and Simon heavily wins the throw in.
Good work rate from Iwobi deep inside his own half there, and made a vital interception to win that ball back for Nigeria.
You don't have the biggest playing pool. It's an issue if you're 1-0 down away from home against a team like Nigeria. Rwanda so far having no real response to falling behind.
Important for Nigeria though to keep playing, not to tighten up in the last 20 minutes with this 1-goal lead. They are the better team. Need to keep pressing down those two flanks, creating opportunities for the likes of Tolu and Desert.
There's Frederick, 20 years of age. Good ball in behind. Tolu offside though.
Lovely first touch by Tolu. Fortunately for him, he was offside.
So the updated live odds: Nigeria to win 1.03. The draw is out to 11. Rwanda to win 100 on Sportybet right now. This match brought to you by Sportybet. Still a chance to bet on Rwanda in the one-up feature. The Sportyjet mini game as well, live in Nigeria thanks to Sportybet, on YouTube, on the linear channels as well. Star Times DTT channel 258, DTH channel 190. Rwanda on the attack here. Have they got a corner? They have. Always remember to bet responsibly, and only if you're over 18.
Good ball from Rizera there to set up Gilbert Mugisha. All of a sudden Rwanda have a corner kick, and it's moments like these they'll be looking to seize upon.
Sitting limping a little bit, it looks like, on the bench there. Rizera will take the corner, got the goal against Lesotho in the 1-1 draw in Rwanda's last qualifier in March. The substitute hoping that the likes of Fanuel Kavita can challenge and win this one in the air. The in-swinger is a good one, flicked on dangerously, the header on target. Oh, that was a bit of a scare for Nigeria. We've been praising Rwanda at one end, all those tall defenders. Well, the flip side is they can be a real threat from a corner or a free kick. And we saw that there, the closest that Rwanda have come tonight.
Relief for Nigeria, but it is a threat as Nigeria come in search of a second.
Simon with a cross. Tolu with a header down. It's Ademola Lookman. Iwobi arriving. Rwanda able to get it cleared. Iwobi unable to prevent the clearance. Slowing down a little bit there, the Fulham midfielder. Back into the action. Nice first touch layoff for Lookman. He goes down looking for a free kick and he gets one as well.
Great play by Lookman to win the ball back initially. Showed real determination to get that ball off Rwanda as they look to counter-attack and then force the free kick. Really good play by Ademola Lookman.
Well, he's in Atalanta's Champions League squad. Back in favour. Could still move to Turkey or Saudi Arabia. The transfer windows there open for a little longer. 52 goals in 118 appearances for Atalanta since moving from Leipzig in 2022. 8 goals in 30 appearances for Nigeria, and he won't add to that tally this evening. He's being withdrawn.
He should have. He had a great chance in this second half. Wasn't to be.
I mentioned him earlier. Lazio man who's coming on is Billy Bashiro from Lagos to move to England at a very young age. Free kick to come. Oh, it's on target. Well saved again. Well, in this second half, Mari has done his utmost to keep Rwanda in it. Really good hit. And top goalkeeping as well. Moses Simon ready for the corner. It's low and not very effective, it has to be said. Foul gives Rwanda a free kick.
Well, Lookman has been taking the corner kicks for Nigeria tonight. He's just gone off, and Simon will be hoping to do better than that if they get any more corners in this game. That was a really poor delivery.
He's had a great career though. Moses Simon, starting out in the GBS Academy, moved to Slovakia for a few months, then exploded onto the scene with Ghent in Belgium, a league winner there in 2015. Cup winner with Nantes in France. Still only 30. Now the second in quick succession here from Onyemaechi.
These are the nervy moments as Rwanda send the big man forward for this free kick. No threat.
He's not been innocent in Chuti's day. Goal scorer on his last visit to Nigeria. He had very little to work with this evening, replaced by Abedi Biramahire. Quisera. free kick was well attacked by the Nigerian defence. Mansi playing it to Mutsinsi. Too many opportunities for Dessers. Belgian-born Nigeria international, but they have looked to and used the diaspora quite well. Dessers' father from Belgium, but his mother from Nigeria. And there's 3 goals for the Super Eagles since his debut way back in 2020. Back it goes to Bizimana.
Rwanda have nothing to lose really here in the last 11 minutes. Expect them to commit players to attack here in search of an equaliser. Again, something that the Super Eagles may be able to exploit on the counter-attack, but Rwanda have to give it a go.
Well, that is the worry for Nigeria. They've had lots of chances in this second half, but the game still in the balance when perhaps it shouldn't be. I did think that William Trust Ekong, the Nigeria captain, on the bench today, he put it nicely in the pre-game press conference. You can only take things one step at a time. That's the only way you can advance in a group. No point thinking about all the matches to come and that big one against South Africa. You have to take care of what's in front of you. Ndidi planning his man.
Sense of urgency from Rwanda. You could see how quickly Bizimana wanted to take that free kick and get on with it.
Into the final 10 minutes. Get your votes in for Sporty Hero of the Match. Now it's Dessers, one-on-one. That was very calm and very good defending. That'll be a real sting in the tail for the Super Eagles. This will be a super result, even if it finishes just 1-0. This game brought to you by Sportybet live in Nigeria. And I can tell you the Sporty Hero nominees are the Rwanda goalkeeper Kre Nwari, and 3 Nigerians, Alex Iwobi, the goal scorer Tolu Anakadari, and today's captain for the home team, Wilfred Ndidi. Get your votes in now. Rwanda enjoying a lot of possession all of a sudden. Not using it well though.
There, just when they were building up ahead of steam, as you said, lots of bodies inside the Nigerian half of the pitch, and a sloppy ball just gives possession back to Nigeria. Osimhen isn't wearing a watch, but he's checking one on his wrist as that clock ticks on.
That's good play from Rwanda. They are looking alive, looking lively, looking dangerous at times too. Ndidi gets it away. Long range shot. Watched carefully by Noah Bali, who takes the chance to waste a couple of seconds after making the save.
It count as a shot on target, but a very comfortable save for Stanley Nobali. Good flick on there by Tolu.
Dessers has fouled Mutsinsi. Moses Simon said it doesn't matter who scores as long as Nigeria win. It is a results business, of course, football, but I imagine Nigeria will have to play a little bit better to go to South Africa and win on Tuesday.
Rwanda definitely showing a bit more ambition here in the closing stages, and there's a tightness about the Super Eagles now. There's a tension around everybody on the pitch, in the stands, at home, I'm sure.
Cruzero's made a difference, and he's caused Frederick to volley that one away. Rwanda away against Zimbabwe in midweek. They'll play that match in Johannesburg and finish at home against Benin and away against South Africa. They could do with a point from this game to keep their World Cup dream alive. It's, this attack comes to an end. Offside flag is up again.
They talk about game management, Mark. This is a moment now where Nigeria need to manage this last 5 minutes. Calmness is required from everybody. I'm just looking at the tension of the players, all on their feet in the dugout area. They're ahead. They need to stay calm, keep the ball, pass the ball well.
It's risky as well. They're obviously going to think at some point about the travel involved in the next match. It's a double header. It takes a lot out of you physically and mentally, but they have to make sure they secure the 3 points here.
Crucial. When they talk about taking each match as it comes, they really have to do that in this case and not even be thinking about South Africa at the moment. Just absolutely crucial to get the 3 points. A couple of late changes though, some fresh legs as you suggested.
That's the two final changes for Nigeria. Ola Aina is coming off. His job at right back. And the captain is coming on. Kong left down at the sides. Dessers, the first half sub, coming off. I'm sure he understands it's about locking down for the final couple of minutes. Right, say Samuel coming on as well. So two defenders coming on, one full back and one striker going off.
Pretty clear message from the bench. What we have, we hold. Good to have the experienced head of Trust Ekong on for the last few minutes here.
He plays in Saudi Arabia these days, but played all over Europe before that. And of course, played a very big role at the last Africa Cup of Nations. Scored in the final. Kessier and Sébastien Haller winning it for the Ivory Coast, though.
Good work by Simon there, keeping the pressure up, forcing the error.
And Rwanda giving it away. Simon, one of the better players today. This is a bit of a wild attempt from Tele Bashiru. Looking forward to seeing what he could do once he got in position. Foul on Ndidi. Nigeria might have other options come October. And that's a final double-header away at Lesotho and on to Benin. Kelechi Iheanacho getting a move to Celtic in Scotland late in the transfer window. Might play himself back into form as we watch that replay. A great challenge on Ndidi that time.
Very interesting to see how he does at Celtic. Good opportunity for him to get back into the goal-scoring habit.
Perhaps no surprise that tonight's goal scorer is your sporty hero of the match. He is offside this time. Lovely touch by the new signing for Wolves, but Tolu Rakodare, the man who got the all-important goal for the Super Eagles in this game, he has been voted your player of the match, and thanks to everyone who voted. You've enjoyed the action. This game live in Nigeria thanks to SportyBet. And all three remaining qualifiers will be live as well, starting with that massive game in Bloemfontein, South Africa on Tuesday. Onyemechi tries another cross. It's not his best work. It stayed in play. We're into 3 minutes of stoppage time. Money move for Tolu from the Belgian side. Genk to Wolves. Over £23 million, 25 million euros. The stadium, by the way, cost a bit, $96 million. Modelled on the Allianz Arena, the home of Bayern Munich, the German champions.
Calmly done there by Benjamin Frederick. Good defending by the young man. Just seeing that one out. Another few seconds running down off the clock.
He's on loan in Belgium this season from Brentford. Done his job in place of Troste Kong at the heart of the Nigeria defence. Can they get a second goal to send the fans home even happier? Tolu stretching for that one, missing out.
One of those ones where he might have been tempted to just